Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Behind the Screen Podcast presents Really On My Mind, episode 1. You guys, tonight we are going up with a topic that has really been on my mind as of late. But before we get into all that, let's do a little bit of house cleaning, you guys. This is not a show where I'm going to be posting like a lot of comments while I'm talking. I want to get my thoughts and opinions out. And then you guys, if you want to continue to comment, that's totally fine. But I will get into your comments once I am finished talking about the main topic that I want to discuss. And then I'll open up the link. If anybody wants to come up here and express their thoughts on the topic as well, then feel free to, or even if you just want to come up here and, chat with your boy 4KD Ray, then, hit the link. But nonetheless, man, let's go ahead and get into it because, this is a topic that's been on my mind for a little while. A lot of new people have been coming up on the channel for the movie battles, the live Q&As. Some of them already have channels. We have a few that's talking about they want to start a channel. So most people end up asking, when we're looking at creating content, we try to find out, what's the best things to do to gain subs, gain views. So a lot of times there's a few things, that we tell other people that want to create channels, or you might see when you Google search, starting up a YouTube channel or any type of channel, whether it's gaming on Twitch or anywhere, they'll give you a couple pointers. So I want to touch on those pointers because, like I said, man, I'm all about, helping the community, bringing these smaller channels up. And, if anybody's thinking about creating a channel, I want to give them ideas. But a lot of times our ideas or thoughts may not be the same as you guys who watch and don't create content. So tonight we're going to talk about a few topics, and I want to get your thoughts and opinions in the chat. What it is that, makes you click the subscribe button to the channels that you are subscribed to. So nonetheless, man, let's get into it. Like I said, there's a few points. So point number 1, what makes you subscribe? What makes you click a button on a new channel that you have not seen yet? Is it the catchy thumbnail? You guys know what I'm talking about. The thumbnails where, the mouth might be wide open, like surprise. Can't believe I found the rarest title that I've been looking for. And they got the surprise face, or is it the reaction videos where they sitting there, they're watching it for the first time, watching Avengers trailer, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so blown away. Is that what makes you click? Is that what makes you subscribe to these channels? Or could it be the catchy title or clickbaited titles that make you click, you fall in love with this person and you hit that subscribe button? Y'all know what I mean by catchy title. Can't believe I found this for $15. Can't believe I found the rarest title or something like that. You guys know what I mean. Is it the title that makes you click the video and hit subscribe? Or could it even be the high video resolution? Does that matter? Does the splashy on-screen graphics matter with those with the different clips that come up in the middle of the videos while they're talking? Items on the screen just flashing at your face? Is it the zoom ins, the zoom outs, things like that? What's making you hit that subscribe button? I know for me, it's more about, like, is it just content that I really like? Do I like the person? So is the person relatable? Do you relate to that person, the people that you're subscribed to? Do they constantly interact with the audience? Is that something that you're looking for? Somebody that if you leave a comment in each one of their videos, are they always going to bring a response to your comment? Or are they always reading the chat and responding to the chat? Is that what makes you subscribe? Or could it even be, they're just consistent with the content? You're always wanting more from them and they're providing more. They're putting out 3-4 videos a week. So you hit that subscribe button because you like this person. They're going to bring you something to watch at least 3 to 4 times a week. So why not subscribe to them? So those are the few things that, I'm just trying to figure out, because I want to continue to help people that are coming up on the channel and saying, hey, like a Red 4K doesn't have a channel but wants to make a YouTube channel. What do I tell him, as far as creating content? I can easily just tell them, make sure you're consistent with the videos. Make sure you're doing some nice thumbnails that the title talks about what it is that your video is about. I can tell them that all day, but you guys in the chat can let Red 4K know, hey, this is what I like to see. This is why I subscribe to 4K. This is why I subscribe to 4K Media Guy. This is why I subscribe to mid-level media. You know, I can only give so much because at least with this genre, with movies, I'm not subscribed to a lot of, at least like the bigger channels. I'm subscribed to all the people that have been on the movie battles, the Q&As. I'm subscribed to all of them, but I couldn't tell you, you know, what's making them subscribe to people in this genre. Me, for instance, if you look at my YouTube feed, I love battle rap, I love sneaker content, and I love cars. So for me, what makes me click it is the person really entertaining? I don't care too much about the resolution of the video as long as it's not terrible. They don't have to have the biggest collection of cars or sneakers or any of that. For me, it's more about, can I relate to you? Are you funny? Are you entertaining? Do you have a bunch of dry spots in your videos or in your lives? You know, do you come off as cocky? That's going to make me not subscribe. So, you know, those are just the things that make me subscribe to other people. But as far as this genre with Blu-rays, I don't subscribe. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, I don't subscribe. I hardly watch a lot of the people that I don't really watch people that I'm not subscribed to unless somebody mentions them and I want to check them out. Because for the simple reason that I don't want my content to be like their content. And, you know, I thought about talking about that tonight, originality of YouTube. I can get into it just a little bit with this conversation, but that's one of the reasons I don't really watch too many other Blu-ray hunters and, you know, people that do the reaction videos, because I don't want my content to come out like theirs. One thing I've noticed with YouTube or any type of streaming, once you really start watching somebody that's of a higher caliber, getting higher sub counts and views, you start looking at them and you start kind of imitating the things they do because you feel like, hey, if it's working for him, it should work for me as well. So you'll start doing the same thumbnail, the same titles of your video. I mean, I'm not saying everybody does it, but you can definitely see it. If you was to pull up Blu-ray hunting right now and just search it, I'm quite sure you will go down and see a lot of people doing the same thumbnail, same pictures and things like that. So that's why I kind of steer clear of it, because I want to be as different as possible. It's hard in this YouTube realm right now. It's so flooded in every genre that we just can't create enough original content. I know a lot of times we may think it's original, but I can guarantee you more than likely someone's done it before. So it's all about you doing it a little bit different, a little bit better. Can you hold the crowd? That's another big thing. Are you a big talker? Or can you interact with others? Can you throw your voice? How exciting are you on the camera? But nonetheless, man, I don't want to keep talking way too much. We're almost 10 minutes in. So let's go ahead and get into your comments, because I see a whole lot of them on screen. And I just want to know, you guys, you know, what makes you guys click subscribe? You can let me know what genres is it that you really watch that's popping up on your YouTube feeds as well. Let's get into the chat real quick. We got Video J81 saying he's ready for this. Red 4K says, damn, a new show coming in. Red 4K. We got Jared Runner in the building. He says, why, hello there. Stanley James says, hello, everyone. Mid-Level Media says 4K D-rate on a Friday night. Yes, sir. Now, this may not be the night that I go up every week with this. This may not be an every week show. It's just whenever something's popping up on my head and I got time to go live. Here we go. Really on my mind. It's coming up on your feed. So, you know, be on the lookout for it. Red 4K says, I could care less about a thumbnail. I usually go off the title first if it's something I'm into. Tierra Ray says, the title makes me click, but the content makes me subscribe. But yeah, their personality as well. Red 4K says, the person just has to seem real. I can tell right away if the person is real about what they love, or if they have that YouTube voice and personality that seems fake, but they want to make some money. Great points right there, Red 4K. Mid-Level Media says, I subscribe mostly based on mutual interests, aka movies and Blu-rays. Yeah, really. Mid-level, I don't know what other hobbies you have. Maybe that is your only hobby, but far as anything, I always just see movies in your background. Not too many posters. I don't see like the action figures, statues, and things like that. So I can understand why you just mostly say movies and Blu-rays. But I know a lot of people here have a lot of different hobbies, a lot of things that they're into. So that's what my podcast used to be more about. Like, let's talk about something other than movies. But it always kind of came right back to movies anyway. So Bill Tyrell says, for me, if it's something I'm interested in, what makes me click, the personality of the person makes me want to subscribe. So it seems like that's where we're going with this. A lot of people are saying, it's all about the person, how relatable they are to me, how interesting they are. I don't want to say character because not everybody's just a character on screen. Some people are the same person on screen that they are off screen. So I don't want to, put it out there like that, because that's what I was just about to say. Middle of Media says, I keep watching their videos based on the personal connection. He also said, these days I've stopped watching most of the bigger channels just because it feels so choreographed and inauthentic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys, I challenge you guys right now. If you're on your phone or something, pull up another screen. Get out. If you're signed into your account, get out of your account so the regular stuff doesn't pop up, and just go, sign out, go to Blu-ray hunting, start scrolling down. I guarantee you most of what you see from far as thumbnails and stuff, it's all going to look the same. And that's no shot at anybody. I'm not trying to, create any hostility. I'm not talking personal about anyone. I'm just talking about, the YouTube thing as a whole. You can put in any genre, and I guarantee you more than likely you're going to see the same type of thumbnails and stuff like that pop up, especially when it's something important in that genre coming out that day. Like, for instance, King Kong versus Godzilla just popped up on HBO Max. So everybody's talking about it. So more than likely, you're going to see a bunch of that, especially here and on Instagram. You're going to see like the same stuff. Everybody taking a picture of their TV screen, says now watching or first watch or about to watch. You're going to see the reaction stuff. Like, it's all the same. So what, with everybody being the same, what makes, me or you gravitate to specific people with the genre being so flooded? Mr. Dingo says, I've always wanted to ask, what's your favorite? I think you asked this, or somebody did. And what are your thoughts on the Majin Buu saga? Yes, I love the Majin Buu saga. That was really good. But my favorite Dragon Ball Z fight was Gohan's Awakening, Gohan versus Cell. So we'll get into that. Phil's Creepy Videos in the building. He says, hey, 4K and horror fans. Triborough Gigolo says, salute 4K. You have to be genuine. Being fake will definitely show. I can agree with that, but I feel like some people are really good at, portraying a character. So if you don't know that person outside of the YouTube realm, sometimes you don't realize that this is a fake person. Because one thing I've noticed, when I'm on Instagram, a lot of people like to throw up the word, this is a community, hashtag community. And I see a lot of posts about, someone may have scammed somebody, or somebody's talking trash about somebody. So then they post about the person, what they said. They might post their screen name and things like that, and be like, hey, you guys, go ahead. Everybody start deleting this person, spam Instagram, get them deleted and things like that, because this is a community. And then I just wonder, how much of a community is it really? Because really, most of these people, we don't know them outside of Instagram or YouTube. So how much of a community is it? I know a lot of my subscribers, I talk to you guys on IG almost every day. Some of us, we talk about more than just movies. So I can distinguish who's kind of real and who's kind of fake based on those conversations. Because honestly, if you were fake, we wouldn't be having these other conversations. The conversations would always be about Blu-rays and physical media, streaming and pickups and stuff like that. But when we start talking about family, things that's going on in life, stock market, just any other topic, then I know that there's genuine interest between me and you to be friends outside of YouTube or just talking about the same old movie stuff. Mid-Level Media says, hi, Phil. Stanley James, hi, Phil. Phil Creepy Video says, it's your buddy Phil here. Triborough Gigolo says, what's up, Stanley? Mid-Level Media. Hey, Triborough. Hey, Triborough, Mid-Level Media. Sup, Ken and Stanley. Triborough says they have to have solid content, personality on screen for me to subscribe. Mr. Dingo again. What are your thoughts on the new whatnot? I only have time for that between work and the channel. Used to love pro wrestling. Also used to be a big time gamer. Presentation and the way you deliver your content from others will separate you from the pack. Yep. Kind of hit on that a little bit earlier. And that's another thing, you know, if you guys want to talk about that, we can talk about it. How much does the presentation matter? Do you care if the person is uploading in 720p, 1080p, or 4K? Because as you guys can see on my videos, I've posted in 4K. I haven't seen much of a difference. Like, it doesn't get me extra subscribers. I haven't seen extra views just because it's 4K. So that's why I say, does video resolution matter? How much does the presentation matter? Do you care about, you know, what's sitting right here behind me? Is that part of why you're watching? Because you can see a collection behind me. What if I was always in front of a blank white wall, but you still love my characteristics, you still love my voice and things like that? Would you still click, and would you still watch every video that I put out? You know, some people have, let's look at who we had the other night, Martinez Joe 74. You can see a huge wall behind him of movies. So does that presentation that's behind him, does that also attract you to subscribing to his channel? Because you see he has a lot more movies than, say, I do. You only see this one shelf. You don't see what's on the other side of the room. So, you know, does the backdrop matter to you? Bill Tyrell says, like people like you, mid-level and Unwrap Them movies are the reason I started movie collecting and took it seriously. Plus, your battles are my favorite series on YouTube. Thank you, Bill Tyrell. I know you can't always make it to everything, but you definitely always show up and let me know when you're catching the replay. So thank you, sir. And definitely subscribe to those guys. Unwrap Them movies, I believe he's trying to hit 200 subscribers. Good content coming from him, and mid-level just keeps coming with the content. He brings about 5-6 videos a week. So if you ain't subscribed to him, which I'm sure you guys are, subscribe to him. Red 4K says the worst kind of fake is when they change their content to try to get that money. I mean, I get it. Well, when all you posted for years was movie stuff, and then all of a sudden you're opening Pokemon cards. And see, I get that as well, Red 4K. I see where you're going with that. So let's look at, once again, we can go to Mid-Level Media. Sunday, I believe, was the first time he opened up his super chat. I don't even think I was there from the beginning before the show started to when it started. I don't even think I can't remember if he announced his super chat being there, if you wanted to hit it or not. But I think the first person that hit it just realized, because people have been saying, hey, why don't you use super chat? So he finally did. So I think the first person that did it actually just seen that he finally connected his super chat to his channel. So other people followed with starting to do the super chat. So I can respect him for not saying, hey, super chat is open that way, you know, because you can get a lot of flack from that from people if you have not talked about, you know, donate to my channel and stuff like that. They start thinking like, oh, here you go trying to sucker us in for money now. So, you know, I don't think Ken did that. So kudos to him for not putting it out there like soon as the stream started and say, hey, you guys, super chat is open, donate to the stream. So that kind of lets me know that, you know, it's there if you want to do it, but he's not worried about you doing it at all. So I definitely respect that, and I understand where you're coming from with that. And the one thing about what you said, now all of a sudden you're collecting Pokemon cards and opening those up. It kind of depends, because my channel started off with video games. I started streaming video games on my channel. If you scroll all the way down, those videos are still there. So as time progressed, I started adding in MMA content as well and talking about MMA and video while I was playing the video games. But then I started to realize, okay, the video games is not for me because I'm not going to buy every new game that comes out. I'm not going to be able to do this every day. So I know that's a different type of genre where you just really got to be on it and have some high quality content coming out. So I changed up to movies. But I get what you're saying, but that's still kind of a slippery slope to just say this person is trying to make money. So I would say just give them a couple videos, see where they go with it before you kind of try to make that decision on, are they just doing something different for money? Because they may feel like, this really isn't working for me and this something else that I want to introduce to the channel because I feel like, people might like this. Because at first, once you change, YouTube is not really going to push that content for you anyway, because that's not a genre that you have been in for a long, persistent time. You've just been putting titles out there in a certain category. So that's where they're promoting your videos at. Once you try to get into something else, they're not going to push it like that. Like everybody last year that was trying to, do the PS5 and Xbox live stream saying, hey, Walmart's about to open up and all this. They're trying to live stream it because that's where all the content was. That's where everybody was watching for that type of stuff. And they was trying to upload those videos saying consoles are about to be released at 12 o'clock at Walmart, Best Buy, or whatever. Everybody was not getting pushed out there through YouTube's algorithm because that wasn't their channel's content in the past. So you also got to understand YouTube's algorithm and how it works. Just because that's the hot thing. Okay, that was the continuation from the Pokemon cards. I can't get behind that. Bill Tyrell says, I agree, Rev. I hate the YouTubers that act like that. Bill Tyrell, I think it's nice seeing some of your collection, but it is more about the content. So yeah, that's another thing. One thing I see that, with this genre, people really, really love those entire collection videos. If you post one of those, you're more than likely guaranteed at least 5K views are up because people love to sit there and watch somebody's entire collection. So if you can do those videos and separate it, if you've got the 4K, do a 4K video, wait a while, then do a Blu-ray one, then do your DVD or your VHS or something, whatever it is you got. But people absolutely love those entire collection videos. Tribro Gigolo says, yes, the backdrop does matter, and their thoughts, opinions, and knowledge for what they're discussing goes a long way. Yep. And that's one thing about Tribro Gigolo's channel that I like. I can tell he is very passionate about music. I pop into pretty much all his lives. He's very passionate about the music. He listens to tons of genres. I seen him recently. I thought it was his live. So I popped in and I think he was just about to get off, and it was some type of music trivia thing that he was going on. It was multiple people doing it with some kind of big celebrity or something. Maybe they do this all the time. I'm not sure. It was my first time seeing it, but it was on Instagram. So that just lets me know that, he has that knowledge. If you really if you're into music, he has that knowledge. He's not just listening to the music. He knows all the background information about when it released, composers and things like that. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from. You got to have that background and knowledge. A lot of people like to see that, to know that you are passionate about it. Will's World says the battles have been awesome addition content for the channel. Thank you, Will World. Appreciate it. Mid-Level Media says, I felt weird about monetizing since I hit 1,000 because then it really feels like a job, and I do this because I love it and want to get my voice out there and connect with others. Yeah, I agree, because like I said, I haven't been monetized for 2 years now. I was monetized before YouTube changed its algorithm, and I haven't been monetized ever since. And I've never been like sitting here like, oh my gosh, I got to push out all this content. I need to go live and be up there for 3 hours so that I can get my watch time up. I'm like probably about 1,500 hours still until I can get monetized. And I don't care, because like you said, then once you get monetized, you really start forcing yourself. Oh, I need to put out content. I want this check to be bigger this time, because they're only going to pay you if it's over the threshold within that month. So you got to reach the threshold. So then it starts becoming a job and a little more stressful, because now you're like, oh, I got to push content. Let me put ads on there. And then it starts to, like you said, people like Rev 4K and others, myself, then they're looking at your video like, oh my gosh, now ads are in here. So now I got to skip through the ads. Now he's trying to make money. When's he going to start putting it on the screen and asking people to sign up for the Patreon, donate to the channel and things like that. So, yep, definitely understand that one mid-level. He also says, that being said, I take so much time away from family and my own free time. I felt like it was time to earn a little change for the effort. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, because like I said, as far as I know, when you did start it on Sunday, you didn't even advertise it. Somebody just happened to see it, because I've noticed I think it's been about 2 weeks even prior to that, a couple of people in your chat said, when are you going to do super chat? And you didn't even jump on it like that quick, and you could have. So I know it wasn't even all about the money, because if it was, you would have seen that, and you saw and responded to those comments that night. Your next video, you would have monetized it, and you didn't. Triborough Gigolo says, thank you, 4K, just trying to do different things. Yeah, you and Reg, man, y'all definitely got the passion for that music. Yeah, I was part of an R&B trivia video. Yeah, I popped in right at the end of it, so I don't even know how many questions you had got right. I think you was just finishing up the last question, and then you ended up leaving. So I ended up watching like the next two people, and I was surprised. Like, it was a lot of younger people that had a lot of knowledge about like 2000. I believe it was 2000s R&B. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, they had that knowledge that was there, and I'm from that era, and I ain't even have some of that knowledge that they was asking. Triborough Gigolo is That Ain't Rap Podcast. That is his channel, Bill Tyrell. So you guys sub up to Triborough Gigolo. Rev 4K says, I like YouTubers too that I feel like I can hang out with, eat with, or drink a beer with. Got to connect with the person, even with just 50 subs. I'm 31. I don't get impressed off of YouTube subs. Bill Tyrell says, thanks, Triborough. He subscribed. Mr. Dingo, for me, it's not about the background. It's about the personality, and you can tell if they are really passionate about it. Some YouTubers half-ass it. For example, they get free movies and never buy any. Yeah, I think we touched on that a little bit. Like, I have a little bit of issue with that if all of their movies are coming from studios and they're getting it for free. Because you're not really... you're not supporting physical media by doing that. You're not going out buying anything. So how is that supporting physical media? You're supporting your own pockets, because if you get these movies from studio, they're going to bring them into you early. You can hurry up and get the video out before it comes out, and you're making more money off of it, because you're probably doing a review of it. You're probably going to do a separate unboxing of it if it's like a collector set or something like that. So technically, you can do at least 3 different videos off of one movie, depending on what it is. So say, for instance, Lord of the Rings box set. You could have did a pickup video on it separately, an out and about video, pickup video. Then you could have did an unboxing video for it. And if you wanted to, you could do a watch along video. So that's 3 different videos you can do to gain monetary gains. So yeah, that is a bit of a problem. But I don't know who it is you're saying does that. I don't know anybody that just gets free movies and doesn't ever buy any. But I think you're talking about whoever they were talking about the other night. I believe that came up and somebody said, yeah, such and such. I don't even remember who it was. But Red 4K says, no, I think we have a misunderstanding. I want all YouTubers to make money off their passion. My problem is when somebody changes their passion to something they never cared about to make money. Okay, now I see what you're saying. Like, they're not doing both hobbies at the same time. Like, say me, for instance, since I like battle rap, I'm not all of a sudden adding battle rap to my channel. I stopped with the movie collecting, and now it's just battle rap content because it's going to give me more views, and now I'm monetizing. I can make money off of it, and then I'm not even doing the Blu-ray content anymore. I believe that's what you're trying to say. So yes, I totally understand that now. Stanley James says, I'm already subscribed to Triborough. Triborough says, thank you. I agree with that statement. I know people who only care about the dollars and not really in it for the love. Rev 4K. So yeah, you guys have given some great insight to this one. So I really appreciate it because, you know, like I said, man, like people like Red 4K who want to start a channel, they need this information, you know, if they really care about the subscriber count, the views, if they're really trying to push it, because some people just and there's nothing wrong with it if you come out and say it, like you want to do it to either become famous or as an extra means of revenue coming into your household. So it's nothing wrong with it if that's what you're going for. I think most people just have the problem of you coming in acting like that's not what you're here for, and then all of a sudden you push it on them. Red 4K says, no, I could be okay with that because you're into battle rap. Now, if you all of a sudden started planting flowers because they got big, all of a sudden that is what it is. Okay. Yeah, so now I understand. But you guys, the link is there. If anybody wants to come up and, you know, continue on this discussion and, you know, voice your opinion on it or just chop it up with me about anything, the link is open. But that is what was really on my mind. So I just wanted to get you guys input and see where things stand as far as, you know, what makes you click the subscribe button to anybody's channel. Bill Tyrell says, people like Cool Dude are an exception. He gets movies from studio, but he goes out every week and still buys movie. He doesn't have to do YouTube. He is an actor and now director. Oh, wow. Awesome information. I didn't know that about him. He is one of the first people that I saw on here. I don't know much about him, so I didn't know he was like an actor and a director. So that's good information. Thank you for that, Bill. I believe Ken has talked to me about him a little bit in the past as well. Oh, even if you guys, if anybody wants to come up right now and you want to do a battle, the doors of the church are open. But you guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, if anybody's watching this right now or catching the replay later on, 2 slots are open this Thursday night. I really would like to have 2 women come up and battle this Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. We have not had 2 ladies. We've had 1 lady come on, almost did a clean sweep. I think she surprised a lot of people, but I really want 2 women to come up. Let's have a ladies' night. Let's do it. Even if it's not this Thursday, you know, we can get you in a different date, time slot, whatever it is. But I would love to have 2 women. Red 4K says the first people I started watching were Stuckman and John Flickinger. Yeah, I just started seeing, what is his name? I think it's Chris Stuckman. I just started seeing his videos pop up on my feed. John Flickinger, I'm not too sure who that is. Video J81 says the energy in here is my main reason for subscribing. Stanley Jane says, I subscribe to you because I like your content and you have a great personality and you are one of the couple of people that I can watch the whole video and live stream. Thank you, Stanley James. You have been around for, I want to say at least probably 2 years now, I believe. May have been a little bit longer. Mid-Level Media says, I think Flick Pick was the first hunt I ever watched. I don't know who the first one, I want to say it may have been Brass Tacks or Logan Toxic was one of the first BlueTubers videos I ever saw. I'm not too sure, but I know like when I first started, I did watch a bit of Logan Toxic. And then people started telling me after a while that he was gone. Rev 4K says mine too. Mid-Level Media says, what do you think, Rev? Ken versus Rev Part 2. Hey, you guys let me know. Anybody that wants to come up and battle on Thursday night, hit me up, let me know, because those slots are open. But like I said, I would rather have 2 women come up, but chances are I'm not going to get 2 women. I've asked a couple women before and no answer, or they just can't do it. So I just put it out there so everybody can see it, so I don't have to try to individually message people to see if they will do it. It was just a little easier that way. Smiley face emoji. Rev 4K says that's going to need some promos. Yeah, it would need some more promos. Mr. Dingo says, I think some thumbnails turn me away from clicking on the video. For example, if someone in the thumbnail is making the Home Alone surprise face. Oh, this one? I probably wouldn't click on it because of the clickbait. And it usually is, but let's be honest. And I talked to Video J81 about this before. If y'all go on YouTube, there are so many clickbait videos. Like, for instance, you can look, there might be a video that says it's titled World's Most Dangerous Bridges, and it'll have a picture of a bridge just going like this, all crazy, willy-nilly, and it'll have like 5 million views. So I'm wondering, why are people clicking on that video? You know that picture is fake. Let's just say it. It's not possibly fake. It's fake. No bridge is going to look like that. Why does this video have 5 million views? Why are people so interested in clicking on these crazy videos? Because you see a ton of them. So that's why I put that thumbnail mark there to see, do the thumbnails make you click? Love Media says, I just worked at 14, probably not ready either. Yeah, you guys didn't have to come on tonight. I didn't mean tonight, like, you know, later. Could my wife play using my collection? Yeah, that's what Kari Morrow did. That's Chris Morrow's wife. So he came up here first and then she came up. So yes, I mean, she has a passion for movies as well. So their husband and wife, they watch movies together, they buy movies together. So that's the same thing. You do your wife has joined you on live streams. We've just seen you guys out at the movies together. So yeah, your collection is hers. He said maybe she'll make better picks than me. Yeah, well, I can talk on another topic in just a minute. We're going to talk about that. Rev 4K says, hey, Ken, we could just have our ladies on screen and pick the movies for them. Bill Tyrell says, 4K, do you follow Haunted Hippie? She might be down for a battle. That's the young lady that's about to be on Unwrap Them Movies video. I think he's about to do a live stream with her in like a week. I think that's who you're talking about. I'm not sure. I just learned who she was, so I'm not following her. My girl doesn't really know movies like that. LOL, I hate clickbait, but people fall for it. Yeah, 5 million people will fall for the same little clickbait video. It's crazy. They're making some big bank off of it. I'll be in the corner, pick Waterworld, haha. Red 4K says, my lady would just pick Step Brothers for every question. That is a funny one. Can't deny that. Bill Tyrell says, yeah, that's her. Mid-level media, ha ha ha. Okay, so let's get back to what Ken just said. He said maybe she'll pull movies for him, movies that are better choices than what he's pulled. So you guys may remember me saying, I believe it was this past week or the week prior's battle where I said, let's make sure there are no biases in the chat with the votes. A couple people have hit me up after a few of the battles and have mentioned that, you know, they don't think it's fair that the other YouTubers that's coming over to the channel that's battling, they're bringing their subs over, so their subs aren't gonna not vote for that person. So that's how some people may be winning or coming close to winning, or they're just garnering so many votes. Now, this has happened quite a few times, so this isn't nothing new. You know, it's probably been about 3 times that somebody has expressed that to me. But one thing you guys got to realize, in the beginning, I did say eventually I do want to put judges on the panel and let them vote. That way we don't have to deal with those situations. But you guys got to let me know, are you willing to come up here and be a judge on the panel? Because I don't want that to become the thing that we do, but then it's hard for me to find judges week after week because no one's saying, yeah, I'll come up and do it. And then I don't really want the chat to feel like, oh, now he's not worried about what we think. So I do want you guys to understand that I did say that from the beginning, that's where I wanted to take the show to next, with having maybe 3 judges on the panel and letting them judge. And then like if it's tied up or something happens, we let the chat do the voting. That way we don't have that issue that, you know, someone with a lot of subs is coming over and bringing 20 people with them. and that's 20 votes for them and only 6 for the other person, so that there's no biases in the chat. But you guys can let me know what it is, you guys think, because like I said, it's all about you guys in the chat. That's why I let you vote. It's just connection. I want everybody to connect. I want you guys to have input on where the channel goes, the content, and all that good stuff. Vincent Smith says, hey, 4K, you should have Brass Tacks on your weekly battle. Brass is across the pond, so I believe he's at least 5 hours or more ahead. He doesn't really always come on screen, so I doubt he would want to do it. I thought about asking him, but he's on YouTube, and then he's gone for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months at a time. I don't know why, maybe some personal issues that, he just doesn't talk about, because that's separate from YouTube. But I don't think it will work. But that is the one Bluetuber that I have that's higher up that I have talked to a few times, that shouted out the channel on his own. I didn't have to come to his stream, mention anything. He's just, put me in a video and said he loves my content. He loves watching it, and that other people should watch it. I didn't know anything about him doing it. So, that is somebody that I've thought, either I want to do a Q&A or he can come up and battle, but I don't know if it would ever work out. Rev 4K says, that's why my victory over Ken is so impressive. I have no subs. Mid-Level Media says, and I have no fans. Yeah, you do. It's just sometimes there's some biases in the chat. You feel me? Martinez Joe says, I agree with judges. Vincent Smith says, Mid-Level Media has no subscribers. That's why he's a 3-time loser. Wow, Vincent Smith. Come on up here and battle him, Vincent Smith. I'm sure, you put you throw a lot of smoke in the chat towards mid-level. Come on up, battle him. I'm sure he's up to it. Let's see if you can make him 0-4. Mid-Level Media says you can make the chat a piece of the vote and 2 judges, and then the chat 2 out of 3. Yep, see, that's a great one. I definitely do that. Rev 4K says, damn, Vince. Mid-Level Media 3 times and counting. Mr. Dingo, would you ever consider doing a triple threat match or a fatal 4-way? So, Mr. Dingo, you must have missed that one. I did have Ken come on, and we did a 3-way battle one night. It was just all of a sudden, I believe it was with 4K Media Guy and Daniel. I believe it was that night. So go back and watch that video. It was pretty awesome. Mid-Level Media says, I'll take Vincent on any day. There you go, Vincent. The challenge is out there. Or maybe a tag team battle. Yeah, I would do a tag team battle. That's been mentioned to me as well before. So if you guys got a partner, I know maybe that could be the next battle when 4K Media Guy decides he wants to come back, and him and Daniel, because they do podcasts together, unwrap those movies. They can do a tag team battle against somebody, maybe Rev 4K and Mid-Level Media can put aside their differences, team up, and take those guys on. Video J81, to be a part of the battle, do you have to have only 4Ks? No, sir. It's just, with these battles, you guys, it's just all about having a wider genre. So for me, for instance, I'm pretty much nothing but 4K. So it wouldn't be a good idea for me to battle, because 4K is mainly action movies. There's not a lot of horrors. There's not a lot of comedy. So a lot of questions I probably would not be able to fulfill. So it's not about having either 4K or Blu-ray. It's just about having wider genres so you can fulfill those questions. Like the other night, 2000s, the question was, show a 2000s horror movie. And Jay Cinema, he did not have a 2000s horror. So he wasn't able to fulfill that question, even though he had already lost the battle anyway. So I told him just pull any horror. It didn't matter. It didn't have to be 2000s because he lost anyway. So it's just all about having a wide genre. Do you have a wide enough genre to come on up and do the battle? Because you're going to get questions that come from sci-fi. Do you have zombie movies? Do you have comedies? Do you have movies from 70s, 80s, throughout any genre? So you got to be ready for any question. Mid-Level says tag team battles. Yeah, we can do a tag team battle. Trust me. If anybody wants to do this stuff, I can figure out. I got all week to figure out the format of how to do it. So you guys hit me up. It's all about you guys, man. If y'all see something y'all want to do and you feel like, okay, this person will do it with me, let me know. because I will figure out how we can pull it together. Rev 4K says tag team is interesting. Me and Rev versus Daniel and 4K Media. I think it would be pretty cool. Says the Mega Powers. Oh, yeah. Rev 4K says me and Ken. That's like Austin and Rock teaming up back in 2001. Martinez Joe says, I have every genre from 1920. Yeah, I mean, you should. I mean, what you said, almost 10K movies. That's ridiculous, sir. So you should be able to fulfill any question, but it's just about you finding the title that you're looking for, because we saw that the other night. And you guys, I am working. I believe next battle, I should have the timer set up so that it can be on the screen, probably a little bit of music with it or something like that, so you guys can see how long it's taking. Because I know some of you guys is like, hey, he's taking longer than a minute. So we'll figure it out. We'll have that timer going so we can become more serious about it. Mid-level media says Rev would give me the stunner after the match. Laughing emoji. All right, you guys. So unless anybody has any more questions, we're going to end it right there. That will be really On My Mind episode 1. So that gives you guys a good feeling of how this is going to go going forward with this different way of doing things, this different piece of the podcast, a different piece of the channel where I just discuss how I feel on particular subjects. Jared Runner says, I don't have a lot of movies. That's okay, Jared. You're still here every week partaking in the festivities, always voting or saying, hey, I have no vote on this one. So either way, you're engaging with the channel and I love it. AJ Reacts 2 says, 4K Corner, what's up, my man? What's your favorite anime besides Dragon Ball Z? My favorite anime all time is Fist of the North Star. So that is number 1. Ninja Scroll is number 2. Dragon Ball Z is number 3. Stanley James says, hey, AJ Reacts 2. You guys go check out AJ Reacts 2. He just did a reaction video to the Suicide Squad Red Band theatrical trailer today. You guys, if you haven't seen that trailer, go check his video out. If you have seen the trailer, go check out his reaction. Anyway, give him the thumbs up. Subscribe to his video if you haven't, because he is putting out great, consistent content over there on his channel. And if you're into gaming, he does that as well. Mr. Dingo says, was it you or Mid-Level doing a stream on WrestleMania weekend? So that is me. I definitely want to do a stream on WrestleMania weekend. I really wish Ken could be involved. So I don't know. We'll talk about it, because I didn't think you would be here tonight, Ken. I thought Friday nights you're at work as well. So I didn't expect you to be here. So if that Friday night you're available, let's set it up. Let's do a WrestleMania stream that weekend, that Friday night, because I'm not too sure what they got going on that Friday night for our shows. I know there's like 2 nights of TakeOver, 2 nights of WrestleMania or something like that. I got to look at the lineup. But yes, I definitely want to do something more than likely that Friday night, whether it's we can decide on it if somebody wants to come up and do it with me. But if it's going to be me solo, I'm more than likely going to do my top 5 or top 10 matches of all time across wrestling, period. It's not just WWE related. It's going to be some New Japan. It can be ECW, WCW, IWCCW, USWA, Mid-South, Mid-Atlantic, Florida Championship Wrestling, all that. I was into all of that 80s and 90s wrestling and still watch it today. So I definitely want to do that. Tula Moore says, Snap, just tuned in. What did I miss? A whole lot, sir. Mid-Level Media says, I can do it, just might have to cut out around 10:30. Yeah, that's fine. We don't even have to start at 9. If you want to do earlier than 9 o'clock, that is totally fine with me. It's TakeOver Friday night and WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. Oh, man. So, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We may have to even do Thursday. We might have to scrap the, if no one signs up for a battle that Thursday night, because I believe that was the week that you and Levels of Geek were going to do one anyway. So if I have nothing for that, we can do it that Thursday night leading into WrestleMania weekend, and that will be after AEW. So Wednesday night's AEW. So, we can do it that Thursday if you want. We'll figure it out. We'll talk. Baki the Grappler is a excellent. Yes, I've seen Baki on Netflix, so that is a really good one. Have to be up at 4:30 a.m. on the weekends. Ooh, I remember them days. 9 is good. Video J81 says NWO was the best wrestling group of all times. Just saying. So I would say, yeah, probably so. For me, it's between them and of course, I'm always gonna gravitate to the Four Horsemen. But then, of course, you got to say which Four Horsemen and include the four. So yeah, I would say NWO. I think NWO was the most entertaining period of wrestling. I know a lot of people probably gonna say no, Attitude Era was probably better, Stone Cold Rock and all that, but I think NWO, because it changed the landscape, even though it was a copy of what New Japan Pro Wrestling was doing with their stable. It was pretty much the same thing. They just brought it over here to the States. The NWO, it kind of revolutionized wrestling. It changed the landscape of wrestling. So like, it was amazing what those guys did. Mr. Dingo says, I can't wait. I thought you only watch AEW now. Yeah, that's all I watch. I have not watched WWE other than NXT and their takeover shows in quite some time. I do not like their main product. There is no standout wrestlers. I was watching when The Fiend first was shown. That's when I was watching. Once they ruined The Fiend at that with the Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins, I stopped watching again. I was like, oh no, they ruined their opportunity. And now I see he's come back with a different mask, and I'm just not into it. I may watch some of WrestleMania, but what I'm hearing and seeing, I don't like, because I do watch after AEW on Wednesdays. The reason I don't be in because I used to be in Levels of Geeks a lot on Wednesdays, but now I have class from 5 to 7. 8 o'clock, I watch AEW, and after that, I usually turn on Joe Cronin's podcast to hear what they got to say about AEW and NXT. But now NXT is moving to a different day, so that's what I usually do on Wednesday nights. So that fills up my time on Wednesday. So sometimes I just pop in and out of Levels and Geeks channel or watch it later. So that's my Wednesdays. Mondays, that's why I was like, I could do this show on Mondays, because I do not watch the main product of WWE. I'm only really interested in the women. Latulo Moore says, what about the Nation of Domination? We are the Nation of Domination. Nation. Yeah. Cool group. Mid-level media, NWO for life. For life. Hulk Hogan is the greatest heel turn of all. Yeah, it really was, because no one expected it. He just came out of nowhere. Everybody thought he was coming to help out Macho Man. You know, the crowd went crazy. Then all of a sudden he turns and gives them the leg drop. And then the Two Sweets goes up with Hall and Nash. So yeah, it was incredible. Jared Runner says, I don't watch any wrestling. NXT is moving to Tuesdays. Will it still be on Stanley James? Will it still be on USA, or is it going to Peacock? I know they said, I think TakeOver will be streaming. I don't know. It's something crazy I heard. Mid-level media says, what is AEW on USA? No, AEW comes on Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock on TNT. They also have 2 other shows. They have AEW Dark that comes on Tuesday nights, and AEW Evolution, or I think it's Evolution. That's Mondays on YouTube. Both of those shows are on AEW Dark, and the other show are YouTube shows, showcasing up-and-coming talent that might get signed to AEW. And then, of course, there are some matches where the main roster talent is on. Favorite tag team. So my favorite tag team ever is going to be the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors. That is my favorite tag team. I think that is the greatest tag team ever. Mid-level media says, I don't have cable anymore, so I don't know how or where to watch it. I can send you some free links. I will not post them right here on YouTube, but I have like 3 different links where you can watch wrestling. And I can send you some pay-per-view. Well, either way, the pay-per-views will be on there as well, but I can give you some other websites where I watch UFC fights. Where I watch stream UFC fights. We'll just keep it at that. But if you want those links, just let me know. I will send them to you on Instagram. Because I don't have cable, have not had cable in years. Tula Moore says, greatest wrestling match of all time, Stone Cold versus Booker T in a grocery store. Hilarious. Yeah, that is hilarious. I remember a couple years ago, I want to say probably about 4 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I went down to SeaWorld and we was going to watch the dolphin show. And I just happened to turn around and I looked and Booker T was walking down the steps. So I didn't say anything. I looked at my daughter. I said, look, turn around. Tell me who that is. So she looked and she couldn't figure it out for a second. I said, that's Booker T. She was like, no, it's not. So I said, look again. She turned around, looked at him again. She was like, yeah, it is. So then we went over and just said what's up to him. And I had let his wife know that I had recognized her from the Nitro girls from back in the day. So that was a pretty cool experience for her because she was younger and that's when she had liked wrestling as well. But one of my favorite matches, I'll go ahead and let y'all know, this is the ladder match, Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels. That's one of my favorite matches that I can always go back and watch at any time. And also ECW Rob Van Dam versus Bam Bam Bigelow. It's so many matches, man. That's why I would love to do like that top 10 greatest matches in my opinion of all time. Yeah, NXT going to continue on USA. Video J said 81 said the Nasty Boys. Yes, very underrated group. I would say kind of opened the doors for a group like the Dudley Boys. They were kind of, I ain't gonna say a carbon copy of the Nasty Boys, but I would say they influenced the Dudley Boys. Christian looked out of breath last Wednesday. You know what, Mr. Dingo? It's funny you said that because when I watched that match and I was trying to figure out, was that just part of his character since it was his first match in quite some time since he was in the Royal Rumble or something? Was he just acting like that because he did look like he was out of breath? But I wasn't sure if it was just part of him, just, part of the match and him just looking like, "Whoo, I'm tired. Like I haven't done this in so long." And it had been years since him and his name's not coming to my head, but they hadn't wrestled each other since 2009, but they're good friends and train together. So I was wondering if that was just part of the story. Mid-Level Media says, I will not watch WWE anymore. The product is too watered down, but I did want to check out AEW. I'm going to say this, though, with AEW. I love AEW. When it first started, when they first announced it and they started doing the promos and showing who was getting signed and stuff, it was very exciting. Then they did, I think it was All In first, then All Out. The All In, All Out, and Fyter Fest shows, they were phenomenal. You can go back on YouTube right now and you can pull those up for free. I know definitely All Out is free. If you watch Young Bucks matches versus the Lucha Bros, those are some of the best matches I've seen in a long time. And they even have a match outside of AEW. If you watch that pay-per-view that they have on AEW, All Elite Wrestling's YouTube channel, it'll give you some insight of what AEW is like. But I can say it's kind of veered away from that presentation of what it was when it first started. I know a lot of people didn't like the first few shows. They was like, it's too much flipping and jumping and diving and stuff going on. It was like, where's the actual wrestling? It's just all like flips and stuff like that. But I feel like the product has changed over the first, we're going on about 2 years now. So it has changed a bit. I was a little more into it when it first started, but I feel like right now there's too many factions, too much focus a lot of times on Cody. Kenny Omega's not the best champion to bring in ratings, and Darby doesn't wrestle enough. There's a lot of people they don't put in the spotlight as much as I think they should. They're kind of focused on old talent coming in. I guess they're hoping to help bring viewers in that, watch wrestling before that may have got out of it. But, if they see them on a new product, that they'll come over and watch it. But I feel like they're focusing too much on those older guys and not enough on the young talent, the up and coming people, that they kind of just put them by the wayside. Sometimes they'll show them and really showcase them and get them over. But then next thing you know, they're not showcasing them anymore. And there's just so many people on the roster that they're doing it'd be like on the AEW 2-hour show, there's about 4 of the matches are tag teams or 3-man tag teams, 4-man tag teams, because they have too many people and they're trying to give them all TV time. And it's a little bit all over the place at times. Vincent Smith says, oh, here we go with the Dollar Tree stuff again. King Booker was my favorite. He was so good in that role. I like Silk Shirt Rock. A lot of people like when they say The Rock, they love like raising the eyebrow and dropping the elbow and stuff. But I think Silk Shirt Rock with the Nation of Domination, that's the Rock that I liked. I enjoyed that one. Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. That was a cool match, but I think most of the lore around that was that they were two of the biggest names at the time, and then the whole thing with Hulk Hogan picking them up and slamming them down. I think that's why that match is just held in such high regard. But to me, that wasn't all that great of a match. Tula Moore said, did he hit that spin-a-rooney? I should have did the five time. Mid-Level Media says, nothing about the match, Vincent, just more Dollar Tree shots. Exactly. The Dollar Tree stuff is getting old. Yes, we know he does Dollar Tree videos. But come on, Vincent, we want to hear whether you were going to take Mid-Level on in one of these battles, because you love throwing shots at them. So throw some of these movies at them. Let's see if you can win some rounds. WWE is very slowly getting better because they are starting to realize that AEW is competition. Yeah, NXT is way better than the main roster. And then when they pull people from NXT to the main roster, they kind of bury them. Alex Thomas is in the building, says, yo, what is good? Alex Thomas, thank you for stopping in. Stanley James, you see Chris Jericho going to be on the Stone Cold podcast? Oh, that's going to be pretty neat then, because, you know, Jericho's got his own podcast as well. Stanley James, man, you do a lot of wrestling. I know you probably don't want to come up here. Your Instagram is all about, you know, he'll let you know every match for the night, who won, what's going on. So I know you love that WWE product. I don't really see you post anything about AEW. It's always WWE. So, man, if I really would love for you to come on here. You don't have to have a big setup. You can use your phone. Maybe you just don't want to show your face. I don't know. Maybe you're just not a talker. But since you do wrestling, man, I would love for you to come up for at least one segment and talk about something dealing with wrestling. Stanley James says, hey, Alex Thomas, Mid-Level Media. I like a little more old school psychology in my wrestling, not the big spots and flipping. Yeah, I agree. But there are some great wrestling talent on that show with AEW. I think they just don't like Hangman Page, Adam Page. He's really good. He's got that old school looking vibe to him. He reminds me of like a short, more stocky version of Barry Windham. So I really like Adam Page. I wish they would push him a little bit more. I know at one time they were. Then they did the feud with him and Kenny Omega, and he kind of fizzled down, and they started doing the Dark Order stuff with him. But man, they really need to push him again because people love him. Side Hustle Cinema says, did you watch Shaq wrestle? I wanted to go to that show, but couldn't get off work. Yes, I did watch that. I was very surprised he took that table fall. That was pretty awesome. I didn't expect it. I didn't think he would do much. Yeah, he looked a little goofy out there, but it was a better match than what I expected. And man, Jade Cargill, she looks so freaking awesome. If y'all ain't seen her, check her out, man. Her name is Jade Cargill. She is physically phenomenal. Like, this is what I expected. Let's tie it in with the movie thing. But if, you know, when they bought up saying Wonder Woman was getting a movie, we're going to start seeing Wonder Woman. This is she has the type of physique that I thought they would try to bring to the Wonder Woman character. So you guys should definitely check her out if you haven't seen a picture of her. I wonder, maybe I can pull up a picture of her. I don't do much of this screen sharing stuff, so you guys will have to bear with me on it. But let's see if we can. We'll see if we can pull up some images just in case. Let's see, share the screen. Let's see. Let's try to pull up one of the pictures of her posing and flexing, maybe in the ring. And she had a great promo with Brandy when she first arrived. It was so awesome. One of the best promos I've seen in a long time, but you guys can check her out. I don't know if that's big enough. Let's see if we can. There we go. If you guys can see that really good, not too sure. But yeah, you guys can check her out. But that is, she has that physique that I really thought that, you know, they would put on Wonder Woman. But let's get back into the chat. Bear says, what do you think about WWE on Peacock? I haven't really watched it. I've heard a lot of cancel culture type stuff going on, that they're pulling some of the pay-per-views and segments off of stuff, things that people say. So it moved over to Peacock, and now we're losing a lot of stuff. I think Unwrap the Movies talked about, I think it was WrestleMania 24. They pulled that from the network. So you can no longer watch that because of the match with Big Show and Floyd Mayweather. There's some issues with the music and 50 Cent. So they pulled it off because of revenue and stuff like that. So cancel culture is continuing, you guys. It's hitting wrestling. Mr. Dingo says that Sting and Darby cinematic tag match was awesome. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool too. Actually, that Arcade Anarchy the other night, I thought that came out pretty awesome. It was good to see Statlander come back, because I thought she wasn't coming back till at least like June. Red 4K says, I've been watching wrestling for 25 years and still keep up with it to today. There's good wrestling today, but just horrible characters and storylines. Yeah, there's really no standouts, to be honest. Vincent Smith, beating mid-level in the battle is like taking candy from a child. So let's set it up. When you want to come up, Vincent Smith, let me know. What date? Better trash talker entertainer, Stone Cold or The Rock? I would actually separate the categories with those two. The Rock is more entertaining. Stone Cold is the better trash talker. The Rock has the quotable lines, but far as like somebody saying what they're gonna do to somebody or something, Stone Cold is that dude. John Cena's a great with he can pull some lines too. Stone Cold easy. Side Hustle Cinema says she was in the was she? I thought she was just thought she was doing the other side. I didn't know she was in WNBA. That Britt Baker vs. Thunder Rosa match was incredible. WWE could never let their showcase their talent like that. No, well, what's her name had a really good match. What's the girl name? I think she just got injured again. She wears the knee brace. She's part of Team Kick or something like that. I forget her name. I'm sure Stanley James can let me know, but she had a really good match with somebody as well that got, I think it was a main event or something. Alex Thomas says WrestleMania 23 is one of my favorite pay-per-views. Says she is great. Pictures don't do her justice. Alex Thomas, what's up, everybody? This Dingo says, I really hope they don't give Christian the title. Yeah, they better not. Hangman is the only one that should beat Kenny for the championship since they've had a history together. Yeah, because we know it's not going to be Moxley again, because at some point he's probably going to leave once the baby. It looks like now it's going to be once the baby is born instead of before the baby's born. The Rock was getting big, but he didn't take over WWF until Austin got injured and missed a year. Then he came back. They were both on the same level of star power. Good thing I still got my pro wrestling tapes from the 90s and early 2000s. I got a few, not as many as I would love to have, but I still have a few of them. Latella Moore says, she need to be my side piece. Don't tell my wife. Yeah, she looks great. Her body is ridiculous. Like, usually not into stuff like that. The women, she doesn't look manly at all. A lot of women, once they start getting that physique, they start looking manly, but she doesn't at all. And I think like that grayish whitish hair really sets it off for her. Damn, Latilla, savage. But all right, you guys, we are an hour and 10 minutes in. So I am going to end it here because I need to go back and watch the last 30 minutes of Kong versus Godzilla one more time. I was tired that day. I did not feel good. Had a really bad migraine that day. So I fell asleep the last 30 minutes and I want to go ahead and watch it again. Just finished binge watching The Witcher on Netflix. I know we talk about a lot of people like to say, you know, what they're watching to give people ideas. So you guys, I need some new ideas of what to watch, what to binge watch. I just finished The Witcher today, started it, I think yesterday, finished that season. There's an upcoming season 2 coming some point. I don't know when, but I really enjoyed the show. It took me maybe about 2-3 episodes to piece everything together because I only played bits and pieces of The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3. But it was a really good show. And when I first started, I forgot Henry Cavill was starring as Geralt of Rivia. So it surprised me when I seen him and recognized. I was like, hold up, that's Henry Cavill, because I forgot. But that's a really good show. If you guys have not checked it out, definitely give The Witcher a try. Really good show. He says, you've seen The Boys. Yes, I love The Boys. We are waiting on season 3. It is awesome. At some point, I really need to go back and just go ahead and binge watch the first 2 seasons again, because that show is amazing. Anybody, Video J81, if you're still watching, why are you waiting to watch The Boys? What is scaring you from watching The Boys, sir? Because you act like everything that you watch that you say is awesome, I should go out and watch quickly. But when I give you suggestions, it takes forever. Go and watch The Boys. The Boys, bro, it's on Amazon. Watch The Promised Neverland on Netflix. It's great. Anybody watch I think it's The Last Kingdom on Netflix? I heard that's pretty good. I started watching it, but only got a few minutes in and stopped it because I was like, no, I need to start this at another time because it was late at night and I didn't want to fall asleep on it. So if The Last Kingdom is good, you guys let me know. Chris Morrow says, catching you late, had to get a workout in. Jared Runner hasn't seen The Boys. Jared Runner, if you got Amazon Prime, man, or you know somebody with it, get that password. The Boys is awesome. If you're into stuff like something directed by James Gunn, like maybe like a Kick-Ass movie or The Kingsman or something, or even just the regular Marvel stuff, like it's awesome. It's like comedic tropes of superheroes and stuff. It's so cool. LOL, I'm on it, finishing Cobra Kai. Alex Thomas says, favorite wrestling documentary. I love Dark Side of the Ring. If you guys haven't watched Dark Side of the Ring on YouTube or on Vice, definitely check it out. It's very good. I love those documentaries. Want to become famous by followers, primes, and viewers on. Oh Lord, I'm starting. You guys. So I've made it. Now I'm starting to get bots spamming my chat. That means I finally made it, and it's coming from Twitch. It's coming from Twitch. Wow. Chris Morrow, what's going on, Stanley and everyone else? Jared Runner, I've seen clips of it. Chris Morrow says, has anyone pulled the trigger on that new Batman vs Superman IMAX remastered? Rev 4K has a copy of it. My copy still hasn't come from Amazon. It's still saying a arrival date of May the 17th. But I know it shouldn't take that long. I'm hoping within the next week or two. I stopped watching season 1 of The Boys to watch The Witcher. Wow. I don't know how you stop watching The Boys, because there's no way I could just stop watching it in order to watch something else. Like, and season 2 is really good. But yeah, The Witcher was really good. You guys check that out if you haven't. And I will look back on, what was that? The Promised Neverland. You guys said to watch that. And I actually need to finish Cobra Kai as well. I haven't finished that either. But yeah, nonetheless, you guys, that is it for the night. Thank you guys for coming in on a Friday night, spending time with me right here on the Behind the Screen podcast with episode 1 of Really On My Mind. If you haven't checked out the beginning, catch the replay. That way you get a good feeling of what this show is about, this piece of the content on the channel, so you guys understand going forward what it's about, the format, on how I'm just going to talk on topics on a main topic and then get into chat. It won't be chat interaction while I'm talking for the first however long it takes me to get my thoughts and opinions out. My sister says, The Boys, we got you. Does the new Batman vs Superman come with a slip? No, it does not. And it does not come with a Blu-ray. I think it's just a 4K and a digital code. And that's why it's only $19.99. Well, it was $17.99. Thoughts on brand new animal. Yeah, BNA, aka brand new animal. I don't even know what that is, Jared. But nonetheless, thanks you guys. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when new videos go up, and definitely hit that like button because it's free. But nonetheless, you guys, thanks for rocking out with me for another video. Till the next time, which is probably Thursday, we are gone. Peace.